offenses are trying to do and put themselves in proper position.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. Touchdown Raiders! Josh Jacobs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense. They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity. And they're playing to it and playing well.
Play action. Garoppolo. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A handoff. Jacobs running to the left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's caught by Myers. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They started on the ground with Eckler. They find some open field here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. He's across midfield. And he gets this one down to the 24. That one good for 37 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going. And really the offensive line not helping him much. Rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet. Wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs on his way to a monster game. 3 first half touchdowns, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Out of the gun, Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. And Ndamukong Suh make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They'll roll him out right.
His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and
2. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. The open man here, Renfro.
And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now a throw to the end end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. On the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Here's a diving catch right side. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Raiders will extend their lead on the final play of the half.
Well, that worked out perfectly. The holder took the ball and found his man wide open for a pass and a score on a fake field goal. I love that play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here we go. From the 31, here's second down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 69 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Jacobs going to try the middle. Pushing through the contact. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, 50 yards. And the Raiders have got it on cruise control. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it this possession is an empty one.
They'll come out with a 4-receiver set. 3rd and 9.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Abdullah to return.
A good return there, 17 yards.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they've pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that, because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Davis now to return it.
And now the rookie's free. For a Charger touchdown.
What a run that was. 88 yards on the punt return. And the Chargers get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that will cut this lead down to 25. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game, and with a lead.
And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Herbert.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
Mike Williams.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Chargers 17.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game.
Go ahead.
Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Here we go.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? He'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Runs over it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Racing to the end zone. Touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 79 yards. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Baylor Tiger.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's complete to Palmer. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Herbert off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A little short pass. This is Everett. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
He'll buy some time right. He's airing it out for Williams. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Mike Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Here we go. go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
21.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable here for Davis. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, what was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under.
Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I got you.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Fighting his way through contact.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
51 yards.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Partner, under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show.